Welcome to Everyday Black Men, a podcast for black male thoughts. I am Riker, and I'm joined by R. Reed and Armstead. Follow us on Twitter at EVYD Black Men, Instagram at Everyday Black Men, and Facebook on the Everyday Black Men Facebook page. Website coming soon.
Coming soon. Very soon.
Very soon.
Is it?
Yeah. At least that's what I tell people every week. But all that aside, man, it's Black History Month. Probably by the time you hear this, we'll be closer to the middle of February. But in either case, it's Black History Month. So we're going to start off with a Black History Month fact. We're going to talk about Blessed Coleman. She was an American civil aviator. She was the first woman of color and the first of Native American descent to hold a pilot license. She achieved this feat in 1921, which, as you know, is a racist as fuck year. But yet she still overcame that. She did well.
Congratulations.
In not Black History Month, we're going to talk about a story that is near and dear to both me and R. Reed, which is the Democratic shitstorm that's going on now as they try to figure out who's going to be the best person to run against Trump. Now, we've talked about this at length, R. Reed. And what do you think, R. Reed? What do you think about now that we've got, 3 more candidates that are running now?
I think we're going to end up like the Republican Party with like 30.
I think we are going to get to 30 in the clown car.
Yeah, I don't know. It's too many people to decide, but I
mean, we had 8. There was something I heard on another podcast this week where they were talking about slavery, and I'm going to go ahead and give them a shout out. That's going to be the Campbellism podcast featuring...
it's called Cannibalism?
Campbellism. Like the last name is like Campbell. See where it's going?
Like the soup, Campbellism. Like you enjoy only Campbell soup.
No, the last name is Campbell. So that's what they're calling it. They're calling it Campbellism. One thing that Jerry said on there that I really took to heart was where he said, if it's fuck me, it's fuck you. And that's how I feel about this whole Kamala Harris bullshit. Because she has already proven that she doesn't give a fuck about black people. And all people are like, oh, she was a prosecutor. Yeah, she was. But when she became attorney general, that's when she could actually make policy. And by make policy, I mean she can enforce certain policies.
Enforce the same policies.
Yeah. Well, she can enforce it or she can not be lenient. So the easiest example is, remember when Obama had Eric Holder and he was talking about marijuana and Eric Holder kind of eased up on marijuana, cases and stuff coming down? I mean, yeah, again, he can't stop the state stuff. But again, at a federal level, they stopped trying to get it. There was no mandate out for it. And then when Jeff Sessions became the person, Jeff Sessions is like, Trump told me to be hard on it, and I'm going to be hard. And so he started trying to make people do mandatory minimums and all the other bullshit that they normally do to fuck over black. But you can't make excuses for her. Booker, we know, is a corporate Democrat, so he might run on a few things that are quote-unquote progressive, but he's not going to actually do it. He'll talk a good game, but his delivery is... suspect at best. And then Gillibrand, don't even get me started on her. Sanders.
That's that lady who got shot in the head. I don't think about somebody else.
No. That's the other one.
The other one.
Yeah, the other one, the one from Arizona. Because this one, her name is like Tulsi.
Oh, Tulsa, like
Tulsa,
Gaba.
Yeah.
They like her. Some people.
I mean, of course, the Wall Street niggas do. But I mean, do we really want Wall Street?
If they
Y'all lost
I'm going to
last
say
time.
something that's going to sound controversial. If they put a woman up there, they're going to lose.
I mean, I don't know if that's controversial.
Yeah, because they're saying just because it's a woman, that's why people will vote for them. Like, yeah, there's a lot of people like that. I'm just like, you can put a woman and a man up there, man leading, then a woman. But a woman first with a man, I don't see it. And it is, I mean, sometimes you got to do a reality. Times are the times. Like, it is what it is. Whatever happened to Sarah Palin?
After she became a celebrity, she started eating off that celebrity money, and that was it.
Fox News contributor.
Yeah, Fox News contributor. Same thing that our good friend down in Tallahassee is going to be doing now, Andrew Gillum. Yeah. He became a CNN correspondent, so he'll be a political...
Hey, I'm going to say something.
What?
DeSantis ain't doing bad.
How so?
He actually lowered marijuana charges. What else he did? He let some niggas out of jail for marijuana charges.
I mean, that was already in the...
we just gonna give him the credit because he's the governor.
Yeah, you got to give him credit.
We're not giving him credit. It's like giving Trump credit for anything. We don't give a nigga shit for just stepping into it.
Well, then Trump did something pretty good recently. Didn't he actually declare the the Black History thing?
I mean, that's just what he has to do, right?
Yeah, he has to declare it every year. It's every
president. Does he really have to, though?
I mean, if he doesn't, then it'd be like the time that they told him don't show up at Senator McCain's funeral, and then he got all pouty on Twitter and was like, I didn't want to go anyway. And it's like, nigga, show some respect for the dead. Even if you didn't like the nigga, the most basic thing you can do in politics is be like, McCain was a really great person. We had some disagreements. Basically hit the Barack Obama moment. But instead, he decided to be a perpetuant little child, and this is why Trump is a piece of shit.
Also, he got rid of Common Core math. Although I'm indifferent.
Although I will give him that. Getting rid of Common Core math, I'll give him that.
I think Common Core is better.
I mean, Common Core is better. Common Core is hard, and the problem is it doesn't make you do math for practicality.
It makes you do it better for long. It's prepare you for long term.
Yeah. It's good if you're going to college, but since most niggas not going to college, give them the old shit, and then tell people that they can learn Common Core on top of that if they're going to be going into doing algebra and all the other shit. And by algebra, I mean algebra 3, because everybody got to take algebra 1, algebra 2. But all this aside, I will keep an eye on DeSantis. I did see that he lost one of his racist friends, but I don't know if that was him or if that was somebody who was telling him like, you got to cut this nigga from your circle because he's problematic. I mean, you never quite know.
Also, he's trying to save the Everglades.
I mean, nigga, you sure you're trying to save the Everglades or you trying to jump some bodies? Which one?
I mean, that's where you put bodies at.
Exactly. That's the reason you're trying to save it.
Hey, they'll never find them. If you
they'll never know.
They'll be alligated up, every type of shit.
Everything is in the Everglades.
Barrel roll.
We'll go ahead and move to the last topic, which is slavery reparations. So Newsweek did an article. I don't remember which one of you guys posted it, where they said slavery reparations around 14 trillion, but really they're realistically closer to 15. That's the number that black people come up with, which for each black person breaks down to about $375,000. If we do it based on what that one Democratic lady is running with, where she's saying, I want to give 10 billion or 100 billion, that breaks up to like $2,500 for each black person, which I don't think is shit. Give us the 375.
I mean, we can take some niggas out of this equation. Like you mix niggas, Drake, some of y'all niggas.
I mean, first of all, we're not giving the Canadians.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. I thought he had citizenship here as well.
No, he does, but we're not giving the Canadians.
Okay, then what about are they counting the black people from like Africa too, who've been here for a while?
No. They count only people who like you have to go at least 3 generations black. 3 generations black.
In America?
In America. None of that. None of this. Oh, well, I'm black. Nah, this ain't for y'all. Y'all didn't come and rescue us. You don't get none of this pot.
Okay, and we cut out the people from the islands.
I mean, the people from the islands, look, this is for Americans only. We're not giving this to everybody.
I hate to say that. That sounds like I'm trying to be. But they suffered some of the same things we did as well.
All right, go take that up with Great Britain and let me know how that goes.
Yeah, they should. Do we cut out all half-breeds or?
Well, it depends. As long as there has been for 3 generations
Are we gonna go by
African-American in the United States who has lived here their entire life, then we'll allow half-breeds.
How are we going to go by the lineage? Are we going to go like the black way or the Jewish way?
You got to go with the black way.
It's supposed to be by your father, supposedly.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Black way is always by the father.
Yeah, but white people go by your mother.
I know, but are the white people the ones that we're including in this? No.
Yeah,
so we're going by the black way.
This is going to be
if the father's not African-American, I'm sorry, get shit out. The only exception will be people who can prove that their ancestor on the 3rd generation was raped. If you can prove that, then we'll allow.
Rape? We barely can prove it now.
Well, I mean, you just, white people,
We're just gonna say yeah.
Well, no, we're basically just gonna be like, if the white person is from the South, we're gonna count that as a yes.
From the North too, they were raping black people as well.
Yeah, they were raping black people as well. You're right about that. How we're gonna do it aside, what's the minimum number, Ari, do you think, for it to be valid, for us to be all right? We got reparations. What do you think is fair? Dun 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 dun.
I don't think they have enough money to pay us what they owe us. How much is the national debt at this moment?
Like 17 trillion.
That's what they should give us.
Hey, you know what? I'm all for that. I wanted 15 trillion. You said 17. Actually, I think it might be up to 21.
And
there's a debt calculator.
As long as everybody end up with a little bit under 300,000, then I don't want to hear no bitching no more.
Actually, you know what? We throw in the 300,000, and white people for one day a year can say the N-word. That might be the tipping point of what makes it.
Not say it to me.
No. We still have the ability to punch you in the face, but you get one day out of the year where white people can feel free to say nigga, nigga,
oh,
nigga.
nigga.
They're gonna be saying it for the whole day.
That's my nigga. That's
go to right. Who doing a rap?
You stupid ass nigga. Let me ask you this. How do you feel about, saying, of
21
course,
trillion.
having of course your white friends, and then they actually say the word, but like they don't say it like at you, but they use it.
So instead of saying nigga, they're like nigger.
No.
Nah, you just be right there like, man, I don't even know, man. This nigga keep fucking with me like that.
Like my homeboy said, he got this chick, she white. And she always be like, shit, hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? See my other nigga, he be out there doing it. He was like, hold on, wait.
Bitch, hold on.
See, now if I ever take you out with me, and you start talking like that, and I got a bunch of other females with me, and they black, and you say I got my other nigga.
If I just have my niggas around me.
No, he not niggas. Oh no, he said females. He like, man, if I got some other females around me, and you like, yeah, me and my niggas, or me and my nigga, they probably,
different kind of white people that
they gonna beat you up.
We don't talk about it because we don't want none of y'all to say it, but there are some white people will let slide with it because they're like white people, and then there's like white girls, and then there's like the white black girls.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you say I got a real white girl, it sounds weird, but like if you black, you know what I'm talking about, like middle America white girl versus some girl who grew up around a whole bunch of black people. It kind of be like, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't let it slide. I just like, you cool, man. Don't do that though. But like if I knew her and like we've been like that, then I can understand why she would say it, because honestly, I rarely talk to people just like normal talking and they don't use the word or it come out. Black people.
So what you're saying is we have some unofficial Rebeccas, unlike Becky's, who are just white people. Yeah, unofficial Rebeccas.
Maybe we'll switch it back.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll switch it back.
Yeah, I don't know. But the word is, just if you know him, it's different. But if you don't know him, like it was just like, what's up, my nigga? I'd be like, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it's a little
I don't
weird.
think you should say that again.
But based on this, I'm gonna go on to the next topic, and the next topic is gonna be movies and TV shows. I'm gonna just talk about Trigger Warning for a brief moment. Did y'all get a chance to check it out yet?
I ain't finished with it yet. I wasn't really interested in it. I felt like some of the things he was saying were like ignorant.
Okay, go into that.
Episode 2, when he went into the school with the kids and he was just ruining their dreams.
Ruining their dreams.
But I think we probably should ruin
Was that
kids'
a
dreams.
joke?
I don't think that was a joke, but I think we should kind of ruin kids' dreams.
No, you should offer them realistic dreams versus adoring them, because not everybody gonna
But
be.
that's what I think in his own way he was trying.
Yeah,
to
yeah. The way he did it was terrible, though. That's what I'm saying.
So no, we can have.
Correct.
I can agree with that. The way that he's doing it could use some finesse.
Correct.
So telling people just be carpenters.
Like, bro,
all
there's
these
a
other
whole
things.
bunch of jobs. Like, everybody ain't got
And
to work
also
to be
the
no fucking
age.
carpenter.
I think we should let kids have unrealistic dreams up until they get to around 12. Like around 12, it's like, look, little nigga, you're not gonna grow up to be just an astronaut with them grades you're getting right now. So either A, you're gonna improve them grades, or B, you're gonna become a carpenter. Which you want to do? Because when you're in here playing 2K 2019 and you over here playing that shit, that is not conducive to you getting in. Well, I'm gonna become a basketball video game player. All right, cool. So you're gonna play 2K 2019 for 18 hours a day? Well, I mean, I want to hang out with my friend. Nigga, you gotta choose. Like, either you wanna live this life, or you don't want to live this life.
There's this chick, hello sister, told me I want to be a YouTuber. I want to do makeup, and then I was like, you like, are you gonna go to school to do makeup? No. I'm gonna just be a YouTuber and do makeup. Like you suck. Like what? That's well,
it's not even that. It's like, all right, cool. How many hours a day are you practicing doing makeup?
No, go to school. It takes like not even a year.
The school route makes sense.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's like even if she would just be practicing, even if it's practicing on like dolls, like if you ask your mom for one of those makeup dolls for like a Christmas gift or birthday or some shit, and then you get that makeup when the stores throw it away. Because I had a friend, she used to go dumpster diving all the time to white neighborhoods. She was also white, and she would just grab all the shit that they were like is old, and she would just cop that shit and resell it.
To her, like, you're not even that cute. Like most of those girls who do makeup, they look at them and they're like, they're cute.
The thing about it is you're right. But if you look like Rita Repulsa. If you look like Rita, okay. No, I want to go. I didn't want to denigrate black people. If you look like Rita Repulsa, and I'm talking about the second one, not the first one. The first one was low key high. If you look like the second one, niggas is not gonna be like, I want to watch Rita Repulsa's YouTube video on how to do makeup. Or if you have like a funny face, now those people sometimes can do very well in makeup because they have a face that
but it's YouTube. You don't know what's gonna draw you. Like it was too many factors that she hadn't thought of, and I was just like,
I think that's a bigger thing.
Correct.
Is that we have to give kids
dreaming.
Like you need to be able to think the long term.
See, we're trying to Soldier Boy it.
Yeah. She was trying to Soldier Boy without the Soldier Boy. She didn't come out with a hot ringtone. She ain't got no money.
Soldier Boy got lucky.
That's true, but at the same time,
luck favors the prepared.
He was prepared for a single. Like he wasn't like let's do something where it's different. And I hate to do this because Chamillionaire is one of my favorite rappers, but Chamillionaire had a huge single and he did not capitalize on it. Riding Dirty.
Oh, Riding Dirty.
Yeah. He had the ringtones out, which is great. But he didn't have like the hit prepared after that. Soldier Boy came out, the Soldier Boy, that nigga had clothing, that nigga had he had a whole marketing push.
He bought into cricket before it was cricket.
Also smart. He bought into cricket before it was cricket.
He had investments, man.
Yeah, that's the difference. That's what I'm saying. Is he had an idea. Chamillionaire, he had Riding Dirty and he sold ringtones, but it's like, nigga, while you're hot, you gotta keep hitting it.
I mean, he's not hot as far as music, but he ain't worried about no money.
Exactly. He's not hot as far as music, but he's not worried about money.
What is your top 3 nigga tendencies?
Top three nigga tendencies. It would be laziness, would be...
Is that a nigga tendency, though?
Laziness is a big
Come
nigga
on.
tendency.
I think a lot of people be lazy.
Not following through, procrastination is a big nigga tendency, and lateness. Those are my top three
niggas
nigga
do
tendencies.
be late.
Niggas not only be late, but niggas procrastinate on shit. I mean,
I think niggas always want something for free. I think
Myself
that's
too. By the time they hear this episode, they gonna be like, "Hey, Riker, why did it take a week for us to get
to the Superbowl
mixed,
episode?
whatever? Yeah. Why did it take 2 weeks to get to the Super Bowl episode?" It's like
We're probably about
we'll see
basketball
what had
now.
happened was, and that's like a favorite nigga thing. But at the same time, starting off with the one on the top, like niggas do that also as well all the time. Like it's just lazy niggas just doing lazy stuff. So we oftentimes we lazy, we procrastinate, and we late. The top 3 things that are good about niggas, and I know you didn't ask for this one, I'll give it to you, is that niggas are the most resourceful people on the planet. A nigga can figure out how to do a barbecue with $100 and 3 crackheads.
Hot dog hamburgers and that big old thing of chicken.
Exactly.
Goddamn, what's that
Niggas are super resourceful. Niggas don't stand for getting cheated. And that's something that oftentimes a lot of people other races be like, well, they said whatever. Niggas gonna go up there, you gave my baby what? Who? Where?
Huh?
They'll go up there and they'll hit your ass. And then the last one is they my people. Like I niggas, regardless of the fact that they may not do everything the right way, niggas is my people. Everybody got a little nigga in them, and you gotta look out for niggas. Again, don't be one with the niggas, because if you stay in there, niggas will bleed you dry. But you look out for them. Like if you can, get like Medicare for all, that'll benefit niggas in the long run, because niggas often get sick, and maybe that'll let old niggas get some antidepressants, because a lot of these old niggas be depressed and they just don't realize.
The antidepressants make it worse, man.
Man, nah, the antidepressants make it better.
They make you worse. You know them shits have suicidal tendencies in them.
Not all of them.
Shit, majority?
No. The people who commit suicide are the ones who generally go off the meds. And also anxiety medicine too, because a lot of times it's the anxiety that leads you to the depression. So if you cure the anxiety, you won't be depressed. And if you don't get depressed, you won't kill yourself. Like, Drake is the greatest rapper of all time.
This is all on you.
Oh, this is all on me? All me for real? So, do that in there because you set me up for it. All right, so earlier this week, the company man came out with a controversial topic where he said that Drake is the greatest rapper of all time. Now, do I think this is true? No. I think the greatest rapper of all time will forever be, more than likely, Nas, Jay-Z, Andre 3 Stacks.
Why do people give Nas that credit?
Because his first 4 albums were so great.
No, Nostradamus was not great.
Nostradamus was great, and you take your bullshit away.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It was his first quote-unquote commercial album, and it was trash.
It did very well.
No,
Uchi Wally Wally, Uchi Bang Bang.
That wasn't Nostradamus.
I know that wasn't. I'm just fucking with you.
Only song on there that people remember is If I Ruled the World. No, I think you owe me something. And that song was whack.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
But I remember the song he had with the Jingle Bell scene. But yeah, yeah. I got another topic in music, but we can keep finishing this bullshit about him saying Drake is the greatest because he bounced back.
Well, you ruined the punchline, but you're not wrong. So the reason that people are saying that Drake is the greatest is because he has probably the greatest bounce back game in all of hip hop. All the things that probably should have been in his career, from getting punched in the face by Diddy to just getting destroyed on the story of Adidon to just, niggas always trying to take a part of his pie and a piece of it and calling him shit, hasn't really fazed him. He always bounces back harder, comes back with hits, and if Drake is on your song, it's a commercial hit. I feel like on some levels, that makes him a contender for greatest rapper of all time, even though I think he falls short because Drake, as one of the biggest knocks against him, never raps in third person. He only talks about Drake. Drake is also probably one of the more selfish rappers of all time if we're going based on that. Because in order for you to be like a truly great rapper, like the things that Pac did, Biggie, even Kendrick Lamar, is that they had songs that also talked about other people and things you shouldn't do and why these things are bad. And Drake really doesn't have that. But I think that those who are saying Drake is the greatest rapper of all time, or at least proposing it, they're not bad. They have a decent argument. I feel like it falls flat, but I think if we're talking about commercial sales, he might be one of the most commercially viable rappers of all time.
And that's why I think he didn't fall back, because the shit that niggas respect don't matter in the industry, because his fans are white.
To be honest, his fans are white. Now, does that stand as a knock against him or one for him?
It depends on how you look at rap music. Do you think white people have taken over?
I feel like to a certain extent, after Post Malone era, yeah.
Yeah, then it is. Depends on where you stand. I never could like a rapper who ain't from the hood, personally. And that sounds weird because it's all about the struggle and the come up, and I like that.
What about Soulja Boy? Arguably from the
Drake.
hood. Exactly. Drake. But arguably Soulja Boy is kind of from the hood, but kind of not.
He's not from the hood whatsoever.
Soulja Boy?
He's like IHOP. If you
Didn't he say he was from?
He said he was from everywhere.
You say he was from a lot of places.
Yeah, he was from a ton of places in that interview. He was from everywhere.
Like, that nigga in the military?
I think it might have been a military brat living in the military trap.
I think
which isn't really a trap.
Remember, he was young and he was just trying to fit in. And
well, that's the thing about it is Soulja. This right here is my swag. That's when Soulja Boy started becoming more street, and I feel like you pointed that out already.
Nah, I think the song he became more street was Gucci Bandana.
Oh no, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Gucci Bandana. Gucci Bandana. That's what you said.
Yeah,
you're right. But at the same time, I feel like that's when he started embracing more of the street things, and it's like Soulja Boy, you'd already built a career on being someone that your parents could let people listen to without anyone getting too offended, and now you're
because he embraced it. It's like NBA players. NBA players want to be rappers, and rappers want to be NBA players or ballers. And with the rap community, if you're not quote unquote hood, you want to be a hood nigga, or you don't want to be a hood nigga, or you want to be like a Drake nigga who not a hood nigga. It's just a weird dynamic because he want the respect of the quote unquote streets. But like nigga, you were selling.
You don't think the streets respect Drake?
I mean, the streets respect Drake,
but
I think the
like
difference is that
not they respect
Drake,
Yo Gotti or fucking Jeezy. Like he don't have
Jeezy
that.
is
he
truly
wanted,
respected.
Yeah, he wanted to be like Jeezy, and he wanted to be that nigga. But if you weren't that nigga from the beginning, you're not gonna be that guy now.
I mean, but what level of respect do you really care to have? Like, do you really want to have?
Trying to garner.
I mean, to be honest, I'd rather have Drake's fortune than
that's what I'm saying. Like, as far as
but he already had the money.
Well, no. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
He already had the money.
He already had a pretty successful career on Degrassi, and then he took that and turned that into a rap.
Not even now. I'm talking about Soulja Boy. He had the money at that time.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Like he had the money. He just wanted to be respected like those other rappers, the hood niggas, the quote unquote D4L type niggas. Because D4L and Soulja Boy was around the same time.
True.
But they had the quote unquote hood too, but he didn't. Like. It like Soulja Boy, he was just a little kid and they was laughing at him, but then he was like, okay, it's time for me to become a hood nigga. I'm from the streets. Like nigga,
that don't work for everybody though. You see what happened to Bow Wow?
No, don't work. Well, part of it is Bow Wow's always been an arrogant asshole. And at least with Soulja Boy, you could tell he was genuinely trying. Whereas Bow Wow was like, y'all just gonna give me my respect. It's like, we don't give respect.
Did he just get beat up by a girl recently?
Yeah, he got his ass beat by his girl, which at the same time.
No, was it a girl, or was it like a tranny or something?
She's 8 out of 10 on the bangable scale. Really? 8 out of 10. Nah, she pretty hot.
She put hands on her.
And she black too. And she got her hair slicked back, kind of like a pimp named Slick Back. So you could tell that she's the one who beat his ass. Like she got that hair slicked back, like she slicked it back just so that she could beat that nigga ass. I'll find a picture for you.
How dare you, motherfuckers, over here laughing about a man getting attacked by a woman? If it was the other way around, laughing about
it. I said that she looked like the type of predator.
If it was the other way around, he'll be a domestic abuser and he'll be over with.
Bro, first of all, this is Bow Wow. Why would you even fight a female?
It's not about Bow Wow.
No, he probably didn't fight her. I think
I'm saying period. Like, first of all, you being you and then a person being a celebrity.
You're still a human, bro.
I mean, you are, but at the same time, you know for a fact that situations aren't going to be, especially since you're a celebrity, a black celebrity at that, the situation's not going to be in your favor. Look what happened with Chris Brown.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Chris Brown was literally accused of rape. Everybody threw his name in the mud.
No, I'm talking about the whole situation that happened with him and Rihanna.
Well,
Rihanna threw punches and stuff first.
Well, no, that's something. Thank you. That's something that people do not acknowledge. Yes, he beat the shit out of her, but she threw punches as well.
The general narrative about quote unquote abuse is something we should address, but no one ever wants to have an honest conversation. That's the problem.
I feel like we have an honest conversation, but we have it on a small scale like this.
Yeah.
Because even Boots, she goes into it on after that whole Chris Brown thing, I knew Rihanna was kind of one of them chicks.
Like the way we look at domestic abuse is strange.
Love you, Rihanna.
Like they go, you should never hit a woman. No, you should never hit another person.
Like, you should never hit another person.
So now you're gonna look at yourself. When you say woman, it makes me think weakness. But you also want me to respect you as an equal individual. So that whole conversation needs to be had on a national level. Not honest conversation. Even when we talk about toxic relationships. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Do you know people with toxic relationships?
Yep.
Most certainly.
Okay, so now when we think about an abusive relationship, toxic relationship, there are two kinds that I think of the nigga that beats his bitch because she won't do what he tell him to do, and then the couple that fights back and forth. And which one do you think is more common?
Probably a couple that fights back and forth.
However, it's always looked at like it's always the dude just beating on the woman.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, and that conversation needs to be had too. If they're going back and forth, they're both at fault. Like they need to. What you gonna do? Keep them apart?
That's why the system is always on the women's side. Because let me tell you something, man. You can be arguing with your female, and then you can kick over a trash can, and she can call the police, and you go to jail for domestic violence.
True. I mean, but that's how
he kicked over the trash can.
But that's how loose the domestic violence thing is. And part of it was, if you go back to when we were getting domestic violence regulations, it took so long that instead of going with the more reasonable domestic abuse legislation, they went with the draconian, hard as fuck shit because it took so much of a fight. And you can blame that solely on Republicans, which, I mean, they're pretty much at the root of every bad decision.
Family values.
Family values, Citizens United, corporations are people. I could go on.
I don't know. I think that even like now, I guarantee a woman, if she listens to this, is cringing. I'm just like, let's have an honest conversation about domestic abuse. For me, generally, I just see the toxic relationship when one person won't lead the other person. And if that's abuse, then both of them need to be seen in the same light. And that's unfair to the man. But it's like you said, when you go to court, you're a man, you're held to a higher standard.
Yeah, you're held to a higher standard. But that's why you conduct yourself better. That's why you conduct yourself with a better standard to begin with, because you should know if you're dating a whole bunch of hood chicks, eventually one of these bitches is gonna be like,
as soon as she throw a punch at you, you need to get rid of her.
Exactly.
Which is why I said what I said about Bow Wow. Yeah. You know, or anybody else who
is in his situation is different.
Or I would say any situation.
He knew the reason they broke him in the first place is because they were doing exactly what you're saying. They were fighting back and forth. They were a toxic relationship. But he probably came to Atlanta because, you know, Bow Wow be traveling all over the place trying to get people to listen to his music.
He still make music? Huh? He still make music?
Yeah.
I thought he retired.
No.
You ain't see the what's name recently with him and
nigga, no.
No.
He said, nigga,
Bow Wow. Bow Wow.
No. But no, he tried
the
to get
nigga who
people
made
to
Bounce
listen
with
to
Me
him.
back in goddamn 1992.
Exactly.
Bow Wow.
Exactly.
Nigga who made Like Mike and nobody ever remember that goddamn movie.
He made Like Mike.
Yes.
Bow Wow.
I'm
playing. I'm bullshit.
But no, you're right, Ari. That to a certain extent, he knew that she was toxic, but she probably was like, "Hey, why don't you come over?" They probably fucked, and then she was like, "Oh, you gonna stay with me?" And he was like, "Nah, I'm about to go hit the club." And she showed up at the club, and the rest is history. I pretty much guarantee that's gonna be the narrative that happened.
I'm gonna tell you.
Gonna be like he was attacking her, and then she.
Nah, if he's got a good lawyer, the lawyer's gonna be like, "Do you see any marks on her? Do you see any physical whatever? Do you see the lacerations on my client's face?" I mean, that should be easy case for him to beat. But at the same time, he's got to get a good attorney. Like, wow, you got the pockets for that?
You better go hit up Snoop.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
True, better hit up Snoop.
As men, the difference between men and rich men. You know what I'm saying? You have to, as a man, if you go and you sleep with a female in a hotel room, okay, it's all good. Everything was what it was. You pay for whatever you pay for, if that's what it was. Hey, but as a rich man,
you should probably pay for
as a celebrity,
yeah, you should definitely pay for it.
You need to sign a waiver.
Yep.
You need to film it if you have to.
I feel like you need.
It depends on the women, because most of them get so starstruck. They don't have to be that conniving. I had a friend who was at the mall.
You never know, dog.
I had a friend who was at the mall, North Lake, and QC showed up there with
Offset.
And he said women were screaming to him, "I just want to fuck you," all this kind of shit. Like, generally, bro, most women, when they get starstruck, they're not thinking like that. Now, there are conniving, three-dimensional thinking women, but they're not going to approach them. They're going to have them approach him. And if he has to approach them, those are the ones you got to worry about.
True.
Yeah, because if you have to approach them and you're offset, it might be intriguing, though, because it challenges everything.
Well, yeah, it challenges everything.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it is, after you've been famous enough, all this free pussy's not going to feel like it's the same.
They were literally screaming, "Come fuck me."
Well, they used to come by to this place where one of our friends used to work, and they would go to the jewelry shop, and they would literally shut down that part of the mall.
And he's at North
Lake. Yeah, shout out to North Lake. They would shut it down, and literally they would have to like.
That's what he was doing. He was on security doing that. And I was just like, it's like these women were crazy. I'm just like.
But I mean, part of it is the reason they're saying that is because they're like, look, I just want you to be like, I will fuck because I'm gonna try my damnedest to get a piece of that pregnancy pot. And I feel like that's kind of the problem. Is it's different. Like if you have a relationship with somebody and you know things happen and y'all have a kid, that's one thing. But a lot of these women is fucking for freedom, and niggas do not see that.
That's $10,000 a month child support.
Exactly. They're like, look, 3 stacks is 4 stacks. I can live off that.
At minimum 6, 7.
Exactly. Well, yeah, for Offset, yeah, it's probably gonna be a minimum 10. You're right.
I would say 10. I ain't want to be a dick, but Offset, watch where you put your dick.
Exactly. Offset, you need to watch it.
You'll
Although
like,
that Russian chick or whatever that he was with, she was hot.
You'd be like Tyrese on there crying.
I mean, but Tyrese's problem is one, Tyrese, you act like a bitch. Nobody respects a man who's crying. I'm sorry. There's only a few times that you're allowed to cry. The birth of your child, death of your mother, death of a spouse,
I don't have a problem.
uncle or somebody like that. I mean, no, you can cry at other things, but the fact is, Tyrese, you always acting like a big...
No, there's no problem with a man weeping. Christ wept. David wept.
Yep.
True.
But
Right
the problem is, you went on the internet. You made it a show. Like, if I went on the internet and started crying, like, yes, you're right. So you're still right. He's still a bitch. It's how he did it, I guess. So we're
kinda like- it's kinda like what he's saying.
I'm gonna roll my previous statement back, and you're right. It's okay for a man to cry. We need to stop having some standard of masculinity that's set to whatever. But
no, you can't cry too much as a man. Matter of fact, you're right. There are levels to this shit.
Yeah, it's definitely levels.
Like, if we're arguing and you...
Well, no, but that's different. That's not crying. That's not crying. What that is trying to...
somebody used to do that when they was younger.
Well, yeah, but the
that
thing
was
about it is,
really-
whenever somebody does that, whenever somebody starts crying when you're
he's about to
arguing
fight,
with them,
that's
they're-
different.
Well, no.
Oh.
When somebody starts crying when you're having an argument with them, they're essentially trying to emotionally manipulate you. That's very different. Because they're trying to be like, all people who have a soul, which all black people have souls. Not sure about other people. All black people have souls. Anyone with a soul is going to look at somebody and be like, all right, you're crying. You feel a little more protective or a little bit more empathetic towards them. And that's really what they're trying to elicit in you when they try to cry during an
I
argument.
hate to see women cry.
I mean, no.
that's my
I hate
weakness.
seeing women cry.
I hate it too, man.
Yeah, well, it depends on
But
who it
sometimes
is.
you
If
just
I'm
gotta let
mad at
them
them, it don't matter because I'll lick their
sometimes you just
tears.
gotta let them weep. Sometimes you gotta let them cry.
Yeah, your tears.
Your tears sustain
Tears
me.
of joy.
Your tears sustain me. But no. You're right.
keep me
You're right.
alive.
Men should be allowed to cry, but one, putting it on the internet for a public display, that was
a show.
It's kind of like when people like do stuff for like the hungry and for the
Attention.
homeless and stuff, and then they put it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, anybody who's doing that, like, it's different. Like, remember when they found the woman who had those homeless people in Chicago and took them off the street? Like, y'all didn't have to find this woman. Y'all could have just let her go. But y'all sought her out. Why? Like, did y'all really need to know? Y'all could have just been like, really great benefactor, wrote up this great story about her. But nah, white folks was like, nah, we gonna find this chick. And then you see her, she's just a regular black woman. Like, oh, I just had an Amex.
Yeah, I'm not the type. What is this? It was this light skinned dude when they put profit for what do you call it?
Profit for the homeless. Profit for people.
Profiting off the homeless. He said something else though. Profit for poor.
Profit for poverty.
Like he was looking at that Drake video.
Well, yeah, the Drake video was profit from poverty.
Yeah, profit for poverty. There we go. That's better. I'm just like, bro, like, you ain't doing nothing. That ain't gonna change people's lives.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
It's a temporary relief. You give a nigga $10,000. That $10,000 gone in probably 2 weeks.
I feel like the cars were a good one and the donation to the whatever. But you're right. The spotlight is different because by doing this and not filming a video, you were filming a video. Like, the same goal is accomplished. It's just instead of there being women shaking their asses who are getting paid, it's you gave back to the community. Which, I mean, I prefer that, but it's still a spectacle. And we all know spectacles are used to advertise and to sell and for entertainment.
But not to doubt her for what she done. She done a good thing though.
No. She did a good thing.
She didn't care to do it. She
was doing it out of the kindness of her heart because she didn't want to see people die.
Like versus them, like y'all have them. Like Drake can change the world with policy if he put his name behind something. He convince white people.
If Drake put out
Drake doesn't ever do that.
Drake and Jay-Z and Nas and
Jay-Z and Meek Mill's actually, we didn't bring that up.
No. Jay-Z did do a great thing with advocating for somebody like Meek Mill and working on a bill with Meek Mill to help
the criminal justice
system. If we were to form like a rap super team, if Migos and Jay-Z and Drake and Meek Mill and T.I. and let's just say 4 other famous people, you can choose whoever you want in your head right now, were to come together and say we're going to redo criminal justice reform, we probably get that shit done.
Correct, because white people will listen to them.
Yeah, because white people will listen to them. They'll be like, "Oh man, they're rapping for change." It'll be basically the Live Aid version, or the rap version of the Live Aid concert when they were trying to get Ethiopia aid. It'll just be we're performing rap music, talking about
last time they put a rap on some shit like that for 9/11. George Bush don't give a fuck about black people.
Oh man.
But to be honest, he wasn't wrong. That's the thing about it is white people can be mad about it, Like Michael Myers had no idea, or Seth Meyers, no, Michael Myers. Yeah, he had no idea what to do about that. But at the same time, he wasn't wrong.
He just looking like, I don't know what to do.
Exactly, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do.
We gotta watch that video again. That's
That video
was
was
hilarious.
I mean, that's one of the things that, again, Kanye West, new Kanye is terrible, but old Kanye was the truth.
I like both of them.
No. I like new Kanye's music. I'm just saying, new Kanye as a person is just trash. From the whole back and forth with Drake to whatever. It's like, look, Drake fucks your wife. You need to accept that and deal with it. Like, you need to accept it and deal with it. Just like, accept it, deal with it, stay on your medicine, stay making actual good interviews, stop talking about other people, focus on your music. Talk about Travis Scott. Talk about what it's like to be in a family with the Kardashians and Travis, and just get on with your merry fucking life.
Yeah,
like, you acted like
that was an interesting thing brought up with that.
Yeah,
you saw that when they were talking about Colin Kaepernick, talking about you need your support. Like you got to ask Colin Kaepernick, can you do the Super Bowl or some bullshit like that? You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Colin, no, fuck you, nigga. If it's about this money, nigga, you ain't got shit to say about me making no money, nigga. I'll go perform at the Super Bowl. Hell wrong with you. I don't give a fuck what you say. What kind of man gonna sit right there, even if it was you gonna sit right there like, yo, Colin, can I go make this $250,000 at the Super Bowl?
I mean, I'm not gonna ask permission, but I will donate half of what I make to your charity. Or to your
I'll give him some. I don't know about half.
Yeah, I would give him half because I mean, at the end of the night, this $250,000 for me ain't shit. So I'll give you a Know Your Rights campaign, and that way y'all be good. And I'll tell you, hey man, I would have asked you for it, but I'm a man and I don't do asking. So I'm gonna give you this money because we need more Know Your Rights campaign. I'm gonna hope that the NFL finally caves into public pressure, even though it looks like they really don't care. No matter how healthy you are, no matter how much you have at least 3 teams on the league that could use a good quarterback, or no matter how much it looks like Ben Roethlisberger is just kind of mellowing in whatever the fuck he thinks he's doing. Y'all just gonna keep this man out. So it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't.
That's a stupid image.
But last but not least, I'm going to go into a topic that we probably shouldn't cover.
Oh, let's pause real quick. I was going to ask you, do you know who Tierra Whack is, or Tara Whack?
Yeah, I love Tara Whack. Remember I told you about it, her 15-minute thing?
Yeah, I listened to it finally.
Okay, how'd you like it?
Her music sucks.
You don't like her music? I love it.
She got a Grammy nomination for Mumbo Jumbo, by the way.
Okay, I don't agree with that. Mumbo Jumbo is a song about nothing.
The video.
Oh, the video.
It's weird.
The video was weird.
It reminded me of Crooked Smile.
Was This Is America nominated?
Yeah.
Yeah, This Is America better win. If Mumbo Jumbo wins, to be honest, if Mumbo Jumbo or This Is America wins, I won't be mad.
And that Jordan Lucas song.
To be honest, if Jordan Lucas wins, I'm gonna be pissed because he did not advocate for black people. And I know people keep getting into an argument with me over that. Like, oh, but he was going so hard. But he went hard from white perspective. He did not go hard from a black perspective.
He was safe. He used that safe thing that niggas don't like to hear the truth. I mean,
exactly.
Like the honest conversation about, like, I hate when white people say it, but there's a bit of a truth to it. What about black on black crime? Man, we ain't talking about that right now. We do need to have a conversation about that, but we ain't talking about that right now.
We don't need to have, you're not included in the conversation.
It's not the subject on the matter.
Ain't got nothing to do with you. We talking about the state killing citizens.
Exactly.
That's
We're talking about the state killing citizens right now. We're talking about state sanctioned violence. We're talking about the political economic system that tries to put niggas on a school to prison pipeline. We're talking about how Flint ain't got no motherfucking clean water. We talking about those things.
By this time, we gotta blame Obama and Trump for that.
Well, no, I equally blame Obama because he demotivated an entire region of people. Like when people in Michigan saw that Obama just lightly tapped that water, they wasn't gonna fucking vote Democrat after that. You can't see something like that. That'd be like if Atlanta was in a water crisis right now. We had to all buy bottled water every single day for everything that we're doing, and we didn't like showering with it. And then we saw Booker come down here and he just lightly tapped the water. We're gonna be like, fuck out of here. What the fuck you talking about?
The water is clean.
Exactly. The water is clean. God, get this shit out of my face. Like that's one of the things that's gonna always go on Obama's presidential record, along with not closing Guantanamo Bay, which are things that he promised to do. But since this really ain't about us shitting on Obama, because we could do that another time.
Yeah.
But we're going to go into a topic that I think is going to be more interesting. And that's going to be over the past week, we've had Reddit's Black War, which is basically black people getting into arguments on black fellas because people disagree with people coming for Kamala Harris and Terry Crews versus D.L. Hughley. Which one do you want to go into first?
I didn't see this Reddit thing.
Okay. You know what Reddit is?
Yeah, I'm on there.
You know that there's a subreddit called Blackfellas.
No.
Okay.
Remember, it's Reddit, so who knows where everyone is at.
That's also true.
Yeah.
There's a subreddit called Blackfellas. You're probably over there in MAGA. There was a lot of people who, when she announced her candidacy, like, what was that, a week and a half ago? People felt some kind of way about it. And they made their voices known. And people pointed to, like, actual articles that had been written about it. They pointed to the fact that in 2009, she laughed about the truancy things that she proposed and how people told her this was a bad idea and this was going to disproportionately affect black people, and she just kind of shrugged it all off and was like, but I reduced truancy though in 2014 when she was asked about it. And it's like, yeah, by putting parents in jail. And then of course you had the apologists who came out who were like, most of those parents only put in jail for a few hours. Yeah, but they still had to go to jail, then they had to get out of jail, then they had to have that on their record.
Were there white people doing it?
Oh, the people who were doing it were, of course, white.
Yeah, because that's their candidate. Because I know CNN been pushing her for like the last 3 years. I'm just like,
I mean, CNN's been slightly like they've been doing like little baby pushes here, baby pushes there.
Yeah.
Make sure that you just keep her name.
But ironically, there's a lot of black people who don't like her.
Well, there's a lot of people who know about what she was up to in San Francisco when she became the AG and she almost executed a nigga who we all are pretty much sure didn't rape his stepdaughter. She pretty much has done everything but the things that you'd want her to do for black people. And also, she before didn't see herself as black. And the fact that
you saw Don Lemon's explanation,
bro, that's exactly what I'm talking about when we're talking about black fellas. Is that people will bring that up? People be like, yeah, but this is exactly what happens whenever a black woman steps up. No. It's not every black woman. If you talk about Nina Brown,
that goddamn black woman,
exactly.
Yeah,
that particular black woman. Like if we talk about Nina Brown,
I've seen some black women trying to defend her like that, and I'm just like, no, we talking about this bitch, and you don't want to separate her.
Exactly.
No.
Everybody was riding for Stacey Abrams. Ain't one person had no goddamn problem with Stacey Abrams for governor. We all voted for her. At the same time,
yeah.
This one
we
right
gotta
here,
call them when we see them. Those boule Negroes.
Yeah,
boule Negroes.
Yeah. Them boule Negroes. Them. Hey, you know.
She only wants your vote. She ain't gonna do shit for you.
Exactly. She's talking about how she gonna redo criminal justice. I guarantee
you had a chance to do it in your own state and you didn't do it.
Exactly. Why would I think you're going to change now? You didn't consider yourself black. You didn't even marry someone black. Well, that doesn't mean that she can't be a great thing. Yeah, but if I'm going to vote on people, I'm going to vote for the black family, not the black woman plus some white nigga. That's just how it's going to be. And if you don't like that, fuck yourself. Fuck everything that you think about. Because I'm riding for my people first.
They're not having a thought. That's what I'm like. They're just supporting her blindly. I'm just like, you need to look at her.
I get the fact that you want a black person in there. I do too.
Not her.
But I want the right black person in there. I don't want her. I don't want Cory Booker, even though I like Booker a little bit more than her. But at the same time, I know that Booker's not going to do shit for us. And I can at least be honest about it.
I told you how I feel.
I mean, yeah, you have told people how you feel about
like,
Booker. Going back last year when it was first kind of like, he's probably
it's not even that. Because I think I told you about Bernie. I think Bernie would put people in a position for free education and probably better.
But Bernie's a racist.
And better pay raises because we're all going to benefit from that.
Well, no. So
that
everyone will benefit from Bernie being elected president.
Correct.
But Bernie's not going to do anything for black people. And so that's where a lot of us
it's going to benefit us all, not just black and white.
I know, but
we're never going to get.
I'm trying to get our biggest piece of pie.
Yeah, but we're never going to get that.
I mean, we get reparations. That one lady.
That lady ain't winning.
I mean, she's not going to win because she is a controversial person who nobody really likes. I can't remember her name.
Where they going to get this money from reparations from? They going to tax rich people? And do Oprah, and like, how much money do you have where you don't get it?
I think if your net worth is above the amount we're giving, you don't get it. And I know a lot of cream brulee niggas gonna be like, oh, but
we live in New York, it's different.
Not even we live in New York. They'd be like, but I had to earn this. Yeah, you managed to make your way out of poverty. The rest of us didn't. So fuck you and fuck your feelings. I mean, it was really gonna suck is let's say this happens in a decade and I'm one of those niggas. I'm to be honest, I'm still gonna be like, you know what? I'm glad to see other niggas make it up to this point. Now, when y'all niggas get this money and y'all ruin it, I don't want to hear not a goddamn word. I don't want to see no gang shit.
Fuck you talking about, nigga? Gucci gonna sell out. Bitches gonna have weave stores.
Gucci store.
Like, I think Dave Chappelle did it, and he was joking, but he was joking, serious.
But he was right. People gonna be gambling away $100,000 per game. It's gonna be like, nigga, y'all just.
I'm buying 100,000 lottery tickets.
Exactly.
Lottery tickets.
Yeah. The lottery's gonna have record-breaking numbers in every state. It's gonna be like the lottery's only worth $10 million. Yeah, but I'm trying to double up. Give me 1,000 tickets. It's like, bro, like, what is wrong with y'all?
I would probably buy 1,000 tickets.
Y'all
What
y'all
you
realize
want,
that
bro?
every time that somebody gets in the lottery and does exactly what you're doing, everybody else is going to do it, and that behavior is going to make it to where you have the same odds as what you would have had to start off with.
Yeah, 100 scratch offs, $20. It's like, why? Like, nigga, I'll try to get rich by some
put the
lucky
money
shit.
into something that actually will accrue money.
Yeah, like a lottery ticket.
No, a lottery is just
Why
a
don't you
tax
buy
on poor
all
people.
the lottery tickets that's in the thing.
But you can't. That's the problem. Is that you can't buy all the lottery tickets. You can buy all the scratch offs because the scratch offs are already predetermined.
No, that's what I
whether
mean.
they're
That's
winning or
what I mean. The scratch off. Why don't you buy
Yeah, I'm
all?
doing scratch offs. I'm not doing the other thing.
not. Okay, because
Yeah.
most people are gonna do it the other way around.
Yeah, you ain't gonna win that.
Well, I mean, I think even
the
with
scratch
scratch offs, even if you
You
bought
got a
out
better chance of scratch offs.
Yeah, my
No,
boy.
you have a
Remember
better
I told
chance.
you the story about Bandit.
What?
Bandit
And
won
they
and they
win that
still
much,
didn't
though,
own
right?
it. They still
No,
didn't
he
give it to
won.
him.
He went over there. He bought 10 lottery tickets, and he won $100 on one. Then he bought another set of them, lost all of it, and then bought one more, and then won $500.
That's how it works. It's gambling. You
Yeah, it's
can't.
gambling.
Once you win, you have to stop.
I mean, that's the thing. The problem with people is that
People don't
they
always
feel
stop.
like they need to keep going. But lottery tickets and all this other shit aside, the other war that we had was the Terry Crews versus D.L. Hughley.
I didn't see that one.
Now, what's up with that?
So the Terry Crews versus D.L. Hughley one started as a Twitter spat. So, you know, I'm always on Twitter, always looking around. So basically, D.L. Hughley made a joke talking about, you know, if Terry Crews is so strong and so powerful and so all these other things, why didn't he slap the shit out of the nigga who touched him? Which...
How would he win that? Like, there's no way. That's a lose-lose.
We'll see. So that's the thing. That's where people are saying it's a lose-lose. But a lot of people are like, see, this is the problem with toxic masculinity. It's like, that has nothing to do with toxic masculinity. This is a comedian being a comedian. He's supposed to say
Because he's
funny
right
shit.
at the same time, too.
Yeah, he's also
Because
right.
if a nigga try that to you,
Yeah, I'm going to slap the shit out of him.
Which is the point that I was saying to you earlier: rich man versus a non-rich man.
But the thing about it is this. And this is the point that
Or
people are getting
celebrities.
on. This is the point that people are getting on that people seem to just be kind of glossing over. Terry Crews' wife did teach him to use discretion more than what he used to use before, which was exactly what we
yeah,
were talking
because
about.
like nowadays, if a nigga grabs I think he grabbed his dick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we fighting.
He grabbed his dick.
Yeah,
he grabbed his
Harry
dick.
Wine, whatever.
Like, tell me how you would have
but
reacted.
he knew who the guy was. Like, let's say we around and Bill Gates grabs your dick. You can't beat Bill Gates' ass.
I mean, you can, but it's not going to go well.
Not gonna go with.
Yeah, you're
So,
not going to go over well.
Yeah, I don't. Like, I'm probably gonna beat his ass because I don't care about the consequences.
I'm going to sue. 'Cause I
I
want
mean,
the
but
money.
the thing about it is
You ain't
nobody's
gonna
going
win.
to believe you either.
Yeah, nobody's gonna believe
That's the
you.
problem. But no, I get
Oh, then
how
I'm gonna have to
Terry
beat his
Crews
ass.
responded. But the problem is that Terry Crews went from I'm a good guy energy to nigga, I'm gonna fuck you up. How about I slap you? And it's like
Now you want to
Terry
slap him.
Crews, so you gonna hurt, you willing to slap a black man, but you not willing to slap that nigga who touched your dick.
He fucked up there.
Exactly.
You should just
the thing
explain
about it is,
something
what
like
you
that.
should have said is, how would you feel if your career, everything that you're riding on, could potentially be instantly taken away? That's the keep that same good guy energy, because since you become the new face of the Me Too movement, and you now in the commercial with them, and they want you to talk about survivors and how how hard it can be for people to come up and be straightforward. Which these are all true statements.
You know what he
We
shoulda
need you
did?
to keep that same good guy energy and not tell people, how about I slap you? Especially when you ain't tell Adam Vint that. And also, secondly, and my most important point is, why has Adam not suffered not a goddamn consequence from touching this nigga's dick? I'm not Terry Crews, and that's not my dick, and nor do I care about it. But the fact that a black man had his dick touched, he accused that guy of it. He went to, I guess, try to sue him. Yet y'all ain't blackballed this nigga like y'all did Harvey Weinstein. Y'all allowing him to still stay in Hollywood. Y'all should have ran his ass out of town the moment that happened. Because Terry Crews has no reason to lie about that. He's not secretly undercover gay. He's got a beautiful wife. He's got kids. Like, the moment that accusation came out, y'all should have treated him like every single accusation by a woman of a nigga raped me and gone to the 100%. But instead, white America, you did what you always do, which is, y'all like, but did he really, though? Did he? And it's like, you know what? This is exactly why niggas don't trust the system. Because y'all be over here doing fucking bullshit. Terry Crews is a victim. Yes, D.L. Hughley's joke was in poor taste. But black Reddit community, what the fuck, guys? Like, I get that what he said was insensitive, but he's a fucking comedian. Get over your high horses.
Nah,
He should have
on a high
did.
horse too,
He should
though.
have did the same thing that Will Smith
Because
did.
he's just a basic nigga when he talk most times. Like,
D.L. Hughley,
yeah, like he
But,
trying.
but he's a comedian, so I get that a lot of stuff he's gonna say is controversial. But Armstead, sorry, your point.
He should have done what Will Smith did. You remember what happened with Will Smith when that dude tried to kiss him in the mouth?
Yeah, he's just like
He just like, oh. he gave him a little slight slap to the face. Like, nigga, what's wrong with you? Bro, what is going on here?
That's probably the highlight of that nigga's life.
He could have did that.
That's probably the highlight of that nigga's life. He's
But
like,
then again, he got muscles. Muscles do change the game. I know.
I mean, even if he did that still would have been a little better, But I mean,
Oh, you
that's
shake
it.
your head, man.
Black Reddit communities kind of needs to figure that shit out. Where's the loss for this week? What do you have, R. Reed?
We're gonna go the lost columns. We're gonna hope the Patriots lose.
Lost column, Patriots. Win column,
Who had a good win this week?
technically TMZ.
Oh, we forgot about Trump too. We didn't talk about him. You lost to Trump,
Yeah, he did.
but he only lost temporarily, so we don't know. I don't want to say that, right?
Yeah, but who had a win this week?
I don't know.
I think the biggest win of this week is the city of Atlanta. I mean, these niggas came here, they buy, like, yeah, people selling their little loft for like 3 days for 20 grand, and niggas was paying that shit. Like, it was a
Hey,
good-
y'all be careful out there because I hear that niggas is making their own particular boots for people's cars and booting your shit, and you got to pay them to get that shit off. Be careful out there.
I'm not going anywhere close to that cesspool that is the center of Atlanta.
Cesspool.
But at the same time, I think the city of Atlanta won. Like, we got a whole bunch of money. Well, the thing that I really want to go do that I can't do because I'm on this change in dietary consumption is Danny Trejo's Tacos is in Atlanta
Yeah,
right now.
that's in Atlanta, yeah.
And I wanted to try that shit, man.
Shit, we should go try it.
Yeah, we should. We should. But anyway, thanks again, everybody, for listening to the Everyday Black Man podcast.
Thank
with
you.
R. Reed, Armstead, and Riker. Please follow us on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Music, and of course SoundCloud. You can even find us on other directories such as Castbox. Follow us on Twitter at EBYD Black Men, Facebook on Everyday Black Men Facebook page, and Instagram at Everyday Black Men. See you next time.